Good morning. How are you? Everyone that is watching here on JCTV Africa, Zim Social, and other platforms that you are watching this. Please, if you are new on this platform, please can you subscribe, like, and comment? We want to hear your thoughts and what you think about the work that we're doing. And to those that are watching us on YouTube, please subscribe and like. That will give this video engagement. So today we are delving into the topic of what happened to Elvis Nyati here in South Africa. A lot of people have spoken out, and we want to see what is our government doing in this. So first of all, we are going to look at the speech that was given, the interview that was done by the ZAPPO official spokesperson here, who went on the scene to see what was happening. And there are some sentiments that many South Africans have actually echoed and say that this man is speaking maturity. And some of you remember the live broadcast that I did a day ago. I mean, on I think it was on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and I was speaking about this, that we need to understand the frustrations of South Africans, and if we understand them, we should not try to give them a history lecture or try and make them to feel like they are not learned. We should understand their pain and understand that they are also equally frustrated as we are. When we get frustrated, like many of you, when you got frustrated and you saw that things are not working in Zimbabwe, you came to South Africa. So it's normal for anyone to, when they are frustrated, they will act. They will think for themselves to say, I'm going to act. And in this case, we are seeing then now, there are then malcontents that are then trying to find an opportunity to go into violence, which is uncomfortable and unfortunate. But let's just listen to the interview that was held by the gentleman from ZAPPO and what he had to say about this death of Elvis Nyati. Let's take a listen and then I'll come back and let's comment. Okay, so this is the gentleman. Let's listen to the interview.
Unnecessary. We must make it clear that as ZAPPO, we do not believe that every South African is xenophobic, but we also appreciate the frustrations of South Africans with regards to the economy and the diminishing opportunities for healthcare and the economy to get jobs. However, we also acknowledge that there is a small section of South Africans who have resorted to violence, who have resorted to criminal activity to try and redress for the diminishing opportunities. And it is those that we condemn, especially black on black violence, especially violence. Any kind of violence against any human being is wrong, but I think black on black violence is worse.
A short while ago, we saw the arrival of some of the Zimbabwean government representatives, and you briefly, I suppose, had a conversation with them. What is the sentiment of the Zimbabwean government as it pertains to this particular incident?
We strongly believe that their presence here is an insult to Zimbabweans. We believe that they are pretending to show remorse. Zimbabweans are here primarily because of the failure of the government in Zimbabwe to provide services, to lead. Zimbabwe is led by the most corrupt regime Africa has ever seen. Zimbabweans are scattered all over the world, and a huge number of Zimbabweans are in South Africa, and we appreciate the hospitality of South Africans, by the way. But when the government officials we met here, we confronted them and we demanded answers. And I think the solution here, as much as we need and appreciate the solidarity of our brothers in the EFF and the large number of South Africans, we believe that the solution to our problems depends on the government of Zimbabwe reforming. But more importantly, the government of South Africa and all political players in South Africa must help Zimbabweans, especially in next year in 2023, to hold credible, free and fair elections. And our biggest problem right now is that we need reforms. Diasporans cannot vote, and our solution, our problems are political, and our solution must be political.
Okay. I mean, so the South African government would be very quick to dismiss such an incident as xenophobic, right? But now I'm wondering, what are some of the conversations that you have with Zimbabwean nationals who are within the South African borders? If you can keep it very brief, please.
We urge all Zimbabweans who are hospitalized here in South Africa, who are enjoying the hospitality of South Africans, to avoid criminal activities. It is important for us to enjoy the hospitality and ensure that we don't get involved in criminal activities, because that then justifies rogue elements within the South African society to then
You hear that? Hear that?
yeah.
Thank you so
It's
much
very,
for
very
your
important.
Stephen, there you have it. Some words of, I mean, strong words from those who are representing Zimbabwean nationals who are within the borders of.
All right. So that is the official from ZAPPO. I am going to read the statement that was sent by CCC on their platform, and to condemn this, and also saying that it is also because of the misrule of our current government. So we're going to take a closer look at that one, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to comment again. Let me just read it for you so that you can understand where this is coming from. This was addressed last night. So the Citizens Coalition for Change strongly condemns the murder of Elvis Nyati, who was stoned and burned to death in Diepsloot, Johannesburg earlier today. We extend our sincere condolences to Ms. Nyati and the entire Elvis Nyati, who were tragically robbed of a husband, father, friend, and a loved one. Zimbabweans woke up to this horrific image of a pile of ashes that were the remains of our fellow citizens killed for no reason. This murder was avoidable, horrific, and Nyati was a Zimbabwean citizen who was victim of forced migration crisis caused by bad governance of ZANU-PF. Having settled in South Africa to seek a better life, he has become the tragic victim of indiscriminate door-to-door basis by vigilante groups that target African foreign nationals outside the confines of the law and without due processes. There is no room for a barbaric murder of this nature in the constitutional democracy. The murder of Nyati is a regrettable affront to Ubuntu and direct violation of Article 5 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, which binds the whole continent and provides that every individual has the right to the respect and dignity inherent in a human being and the recognition of his legal status. All forms of degradation of men, including cruel, inhumane, and degrading punishment and treatment, are prohibited. We call for the immediate arrest and prosecution of perpetrators to ensure that justice is done. We further call for the de-escalation of the anti-immigrant rhetoric by public figures and shadowy groups who are fomenting the abuse, extortion, and violence against African nationals. The death of Elvis Nyati is a stark reminder that ZANU-PF failed the citizens of Zimbabwe. Citizens like Elvis Nyati have been forced out of Zimbabwe because of man-made poverty, injustice, and corruption. No Zimbabwean should lose their life. They have been life because they've been driven out of the country by failed leadership. The regime in Harare has failed in its obligation to save and protect citizens at home and abroad. Under the CCC government, the root cause of the forced migration crisis to be addressed as a priority. The citizens will be returned to the center of all decision making, and the dignity of Zimbabwean people will be restored. That was Fadzai Mahere speaking on that one. So you can go and check this this whole thing. It's on Twitter, but I'll post it on our Zim social page so that you can see what we're talking about. But what is actually striking is that our own government official has not spoken anything. That is what is actually worrying. Our own government official, you know, Nick Mangwana is very quick to comment on things, but if you check on his Twitter timeline, there is nothing to suggest that there is something that is happening in South Africa. He has not commented, he has not said anything. Instead, he has actually castigated Wopo Chimono on his report in Geneva. So let's just take a look at his post here. Some of the posts that is actually going on now. If you can check here, you can see that is Nick Mangwana's timeline. The government, the employed by the people of Zimbabwe, is the government spokesperson. So here, 10 days to go, is just putting that. People are posting here, and then he posted Joshua Nkomo, and Zimbabwean said no. And this is Edgar Tekere. That is what is posted yesterday. He just wrote, "We are defying sanctions. Everyone has got a duty." This is the tweet that I wanted us to see. Everyone has a duty not to be disloyal to their country. Trashing your own country for the pleasure of foreigners is the epitome of that disloyalty. You understand? So this is the government spokesperson, nothing about the violence that is happening in South Africa. So it is very, very worrying, and it is not good for our government to abandon us like that. Maybe they are waiting for a communique from the embassy, but just a government spokesperson to speak about this was going to be a very good, you know, show of remorse to what is happening in South Africa, because it is very important. It's one of your citizens that have died. One is too many for us to ignore. And yeah, my brother Mishek Stone is saying, "Tunorwadza mukoma munhu wangu, mukoma wangu kuti munhu kurayirwa semuka, kupiswa munhu ngesemuka." Yeah, it's very painful. It's very, very painful, and we can't condone that. And it is something that we are looking at. Then okay, we else here before I go. These people right behind this, they will not say anything because they're enjoying what's going on. All right. It comes back to what I was saying earlier on, to say, we cannot give a history lecture to the South African people and start to say, you guys, you don't know what is happening, or try to put them on a guilt trip. It's bad what is happening, but chokwadi ndechekuti chitauro nachokwadi chisingavanzirani vanhu vari muno vatoro frustrated negovernment yavo. Saka we must not try to guilt trip them and say, no, you guys, makadai. Let's try to be civil in our conversation. It's not everyone who is supporting this. So we must make sure that our conversation is not to fuel any tensions, whether it's a workplace, whether it's we are meeting in taxis, whether we're meeting anywhere where we are meeting. Let us try to be civil and have a better conversation if need be. Let us be quiet. But what is also worrying is that one thing that is also worrying is the fact that a lot of our leaders are not going on the ground. I was watching one of the ladies, Macox women. She went there to the scene, and they went there and they helped the lady and tried to make sure that they assist them. And she actually lamented one of the things. I don't know if I can bring her a live broadcast, Macox Women's League. They were actually talking about this, to say, look, we have approached our own government. You remember what happened in 2019 when this also happened. This thing is not starting now. It started way back, 2000 something. And when it happened, 2000, 19, there was the people from Nigeria, some people, Nigerian businessmen jumped in and they sent in a flight, and people left South Africa and said, we are going. So our leaders, I'm not talking about our political leaders only. I want to talk about our business leaders. We have got captains of the industry that are getting money from Zimbabweans. I'm talking of, let me just give, for example, like people like Econet, like people like Nyarazo, like people that are in this business sector, like Mukuru, like people like Elo Paisa, or all these people that are benefiting from Zimbabweans. They need to speak out, and they need to come on the ground and assist the people that are, ravaged by this. Let them not just enjoy taking our money that is coming from Zimbabwe. Like the likes of World Remit, all these captains of industry, I challenge them. They are benefiting big time. They've built their corporations from the remittances of Zimbabweans. They are benefiting directly from Zimbabweans. But when it comes to the time of crisis like this one, where the hands of the Zimbabweans are at the back, they don't act. But we saw what happened. This Nigerian businessman, he said, all my Nigerian brothers who want to come back, I'm sending a flight. What about us, our business people that are in Zimbabwe? Why are they not, involved in making sure that they help? We can't enjoy you saying, Trimbinga, Trichi, and all of that. The likes of Ana Philip Chiango and other people that call themselves Mbinga. But when it comes to helping their own brothers and sisters, seriously, there are other Zimbabweans who are saying, I want to go back home, but they don't have even 500 rands to get into the bus or carry their belongings that they had worked for here in South Africa to make sure that they go back home and find something to do. There are a lot of Zimbabweans. Number one thing that is causing people not to go is, one, they don't have somewhere to go and start. Number two, they don't know if they go home to Zimbabwe, if they are going to succeed. That's why they stay here where it is a little bit cheaper. That's why people find themselves in banana dips. They want to stay where it's cheaper so that they can save, build, and then quickly go home. That's why you find people going and staying in those informal settlements where they are lodging in shacks. It's because they want to make small money that they make, send back home, build, and so that they can quickly go home. But when it comes to such scenarios like this, it becomes a problem. So my call on everyone is, I was just thinking about this, that if we can unite like what we did during these past by-elections and raise money to those that want to go home, who are saying, I am tired, I cannot stay here in South Africa, I can go home and maybe start something, but I can't go home and go and sit. I need to go there and be doing something, whether I'm selling, whether I'm doing whatever I'm doing. Maybe I'll be coming here to South Africa just to buy stuff and sell in Zimbabwe. Those people, if our corporate world can jump in and say, we're going to assist, maybe even 50 Zimbabweans, even 100 Zimbabweans, even Mukuru could say, like, we are going to help 60 Zimbabweans or 100 Zimbabweans. It's a good gesture. For us, it will be a great gesture. If you can have maybe 100 Zimbabweans helped by Econet, 100 Zimbabweans helped by Nyarazo, 100 Zimbabweans helped by Old Mishko, 100 Zimbabweans helped by Moonlight, 100 Zimbabweans. If you can have just 1,000 people that are helped by the people in the corporate world to say, I want to help the Zimbabweans that want to relocate and come back home and find somewhere to start, that would be we will be grateful to those contributions, because that will go a long way in making sure that we don't have people that are lodging in shacks here and they cannot make money. Some of them, the people that I meet in my driving around, I see people standing on the street corner. They are looking for menial jobs where they can get 150 rands, 150 rands or 200 rands in a day. You see, that's less than $20 that they are working for in a day. That's less than $20. And you know the standard of living here. You cannot survive on that. In Zimbabwe, you can survive on a $200 or $250 salary per month. But it's not possible here. Here things are always, the rents are up. For you to move to get a taxi from town to go to where you work, it's more than $2. So you'll see that it's a problem. Then let's come to the issue of registering to vote. It is very, very important. We need to go home and register to vote. But to those that are sitting on privileged offices that are air conditioned, where you know that one, your papers are in order, you have the money, please let us join hands and help our brothers who are suffering. Because that same brother that you can help today is going to go and vote for Zimbabwe. And if you help that person to go and vote, that means that you are going to leave that job that you are working here and go home and find a better job. And you can be in that same air-conditioned office in Zimbabwe, building your country. So my plea as well is that let's help one another. It's high time as Zimbabweans, we join hands. Join hands to help our brothers and sisters that want to go home. Number one. Number two, help our brothers and sisters that want to go home and vote. Let's help them. Let's help one another, especially to those that are in the corporate world. I plea with you, if you're watching this video, please take it upon yourself that you look into this matter and make sure that you help even 100, even 20, even 40 Zimbabweans that you can help to come back home, or even give them incentives that if you come to Zimbabwe, we're going to give you a loan for you to start. If it is a loan from Old Mutual, or we're going to give you something, just an incentive to make sure that somebody comes back home and starts something. That's all that I'm asking. I don't know if there's anyone who wants to say something, but I want to say, Pilani Nyati, you're talking really sense. People are stranded, they wish to come back home, but it's hard for people to come back home empty-handed. Right. Some say Simon Zikayo, thank you. Guys, let's go home and register to vote. That's the spirit. We need to go and register to vote. But the silence of the government is really appalling. Hopefully, I'm going to be having Gugu on the interview, so that she's one of our foot soldiers who is working, with other organizations in order to alleviate some of these issues. Some of the people, you might not like the jacket that she's wearing, but I can tell you from my own experience, Gugu, whether she is one of the people that I would say that even though she is supporting ZANU-PF, I talk to her. She goes to those areas and she supports, and she has been involved in a lot of humanitarian work that I believe that for someone who people might want to hate, but she has done tremendous work in the communities of Zimbabwe that are here in South Africa. I remember the other time she was involved with some Zimbabweans that were being chased in forced slaughters. She would sleep at 4 a.m. making sure that she helps our Zimbabwean brothers and sisters. So I want to say kudos to every organization that is helping Zimbabweans, whether it's ZAPPO, whether it's CCC, or wherever. Let us assist each other in these times. Let us not just say we're going to pray for you. Let us act in our numbers. Let us act and find ways to alleviate these issues. I've seen people talking, and I said, guys, let us move from the talking. Let us also move into action. So I'm going to try. This is an idea that I was thinking, that if we can galvanize people that are in the diaspora to say, let's raise some money, maybe $50, $100 per individual. We raise money. Maybe we can be able to help 100 families or 200 families that want to go back home, that are stranded, that are living in fear in these informal communities. I'm going to try and engage other stakeholders so that we can see if we can assist maybe 100 to 200 families to relocate back home and find themselves in safe places. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to JCTV Africa, subscribe to follow Zim Social, and also follow us on JCTV Africa Facebook. That's all that I have for you. I'm going to bring you other more videos, and please like them and comment on other subjects that we have touched on. Thank you. I'll see you. Where is NPF South Africa to speak out? Yeah, I'll try to engage them and find out what they are going to say about this. The ZANPF in South Africa district chairperson, I think Mr. Kennedy Mandaza. I'll try to get hold of him and see if they have anything to say or they have got a plan for the Zimbabweans that are in South Africa. I'll also try to speak to the people that are from the embassy and find out if they've got anything to say, if they can assist. But from the gentleman that we heard from ZAPPO earlier on, he told us that it would be an insult for them to try and commiserate with us, yet they know they are the ones who have landed us here in this problem. And just to chronicle the problem, how tough it is for Zimbabweans who come here undocumented. They come here, they go through maybe the river, or they go through the gates, bribing the officials there. The same officials are failing them inside there. You know, they are the same officials that they meet at the border and they pay them 50 rand or 100 rand, or how many rands they pay. They cross. After crossing, they come here. The same officials, they fail them. Okay, please, Lamek Diaries, if you can assist me to go, I have my goods to go home to start a business. And I don't have a job. I've been chased by Dudula. Please, Lamek, get in touch. I'll try to see if I can connect you with some people. Please get in touch. Get my numbers that are on this platform, JCTV Africa. Just check on the platform. You will find my numbers somewhere. I don't want to display them here because I'm not promising anything. I'm just saying I'm going to engage with other stakeholders and see if they can assist you. So please get in touch. Check the numbers on this channel. You'll find the numbers. If you can go even on our website, jctvafrica.com, you will find my numbers. So please, I'm asking you to get in touch with me. If you can inbox me on JCTV Africa Facebook, I'll be able to see your message. So that's what I'm asking you to do. Lamek Diaries, that is my message to you, my brother. So the challenge that we have is we have to go through all this. And most of the people that are complicit in this, they are the officials. They are the ones that are complicit in all this. Because if the border was very, very tight, very tight, no one was going to come in here. But because people are finding ways and they're finding means to come in here, and the officials are also contributing to that. When someone says to you, uri kumusha kuti haluku paboda ndakangopinda or kuyangeneka la eborder, kuyangeneka for it asambe, it means that you are actually spreading the word. You are going to tell your brother is going to tell another brother. When you come here and you start to talk to people on the phone, that is actually spreading the message. And the incompetence of one officer or the one person that is going to allow that message to be disseminated amongst the community is one that is complicit in this influx of foreigners, you know, because now what is happening is you are now told, okay, you get in. But now, at what cost? It's costs of life. One person is too many. In 2008, we lost 60 people. In 2015, we lost even other 7 more people. And in 2019, we lost other more people. We can't keep on losing our brothers and sisters. Let us go back home and register to vote. Not only register to vote, but if we can also raise our voices into probing United Nations to be involved in our elections next year, not this body that we have, which has caused untold pain in our brothers and sisters. We need to stop this rot. So thank you so much for watching. I hope I don't want to keep on speaking to you. I don't want to keep speaking to you. I don't want to keep you here. But I want to say thank you to everyone that watched and everyone that is going to support their brothers and sisters in this problem. I'll see you on the next episode. This is me signing out and saying bye for now.
Yeah.